There's also great apps if you have an iPhone or Android, as well as if you old school pen and paper. If you have access to Microsoft Excel, a bunch of budget templates on that as well. I also budget to zero, so I don't have any extra. Everything has to go somewhere. So that's also something that I learned a while ago, probably like maybe 2-3 years ago, that sometimes when you have that, I have something extra, you either overspend or you spend on things that you don't need. So everything has a place. Number 3, know where your money goes. So basically keeping track of your expenses. It's actually, I don't know if it still works, so I don't really need it anymore, but it was an app called Receipt Hog, where you took pictures of your receipt and it kept your receipts, but you also gained points where you can get like gift cards and things of that nature, which was very cool. Because I do have a lot of business expenses and I have a business account as well as a personal account, I have just become prone to just keeping all of my receipts. I keep them in a little pencil pouch, so that way when it comes back down at the end of the year, I can go back and look at them, as well as separate my personal from my business receipts, so that way I know exactly what's going on. Number 4 is shop smarter. So I always look for deals. I'm not a couponer because I don't have that much patience. But I do look for things that are on sale. I try to price match as much as possible when I go to stores to say, hey, if it's cheaper at a Target than it is at Amazon or Walmart, Best Buy, wherever I'm shopping. I also capitalize on sales. So if I see like one of my favorite stores right now is Forever 21. So if they're having a sale, I try to capitalize on that and get things that I need. Also, buying clothes off season can also help you with the cost. Number 5 is review and reduce your debt. Identify your debt and use tips. If you're good, I use Karma. No, what is it called? It's an app. It is called, I don't know what it's called. I want to say it's called Credit Karma. I use the Credit Karma app, which is awesome. It gives me alerts and things of that nature to let me know what's going on. But it also allows me to look at what's going on with my credit. So I check my credit score every month. I do a credit evaluation every 6 months, so twice a year, to see exactly what's going on. I do make it a habit of paying off small debt. I don't like small things lingering. So one of the accounts that I do have is called a debt account, in which I use my bonuses and things that for my job or side jobs that I do to pay off small debt to help clean up my credit report. Save for your future. This is really hard for me because I am not great at savings, but I am great at 401k. If that makes sense. If it's in my 401k, then I don't touch it. I don't really notice that it's gone, but I don't touch it either. And so what I do is my job does allow a 1% increase every year. So instead of touching that, I just let it increase and increase and increase. But that's my savings as of right now until I get better at creating outside savings for myself. Otherwise, everything goes into an account, a bill account, debt account, things of that nature. But I don't really have a savings goal or a savings account right now. All of my future retirement investments is in my 401k. Set financial goals. I do this at the beginning of the year when I just set my yearly goals, period. But I also try to set financial goals. How much money do I plan on making? So my income, how much my expenses should be, additional income, how much debt I'm trying to reduce this year. So in order for you to figure out where you're going financially, you have to have a plan. So you have to have goals. For instance, because I'm proud of this. Last year, my goal was to switch tax brackets, which was to not lower, but go up a tax bracket, which I did. So that required me making more income and make sure that my income was measurable. So my goal was to make at least 10 to 15,000 more in 2018 that I did in 2017, which I exceeded. So I'm very proud of myself. But things like that, clear-cut goals financially to help drive you to becoming more financially free. Number 9 was creating a spending plan, which I am sucking at, guys. Like, oh my gosh, I suck at creating a spending plan because I'm still battling with my impulse demons. But I do make it a point of creating lists. So like if this weekend was all about laundry and groceries and things of that nature, I make sure that everything that I do, I have a list. So if I go to the grocery store, I have a grocery list, and I have to keep telling myself, stick to your list, stick to your list, stick to your list. The same thing if I'm going to Target. I don't really shop Walmart, nothing against it. I just don't like going inside the stores in my local area. But if I'm going into a Target, on my Target app, it has my list. So before I even get there, I know what I'm going to get, what aisle it's in, if it's available, so that way I can stick to my list. But my mantra always, when I go inside of a store, is stick to your list, because I am ADD, and if I see something else that I like, I literally have the fight of my life inside of a store. Like, you can get it. No, don't get it. It's not worth it. Oh, but you can get it. Oh, no, don't get it. It's not worth it. So make sure that you guys have a spending plan when you go places. I have not conquered it as far as when it comes to clothing. I shop by weather. So like, I'll just look at my closet, and if it's warm outside, I'll say, okay, how many jeans do I have? How many tank tops do I need? And I kind of replenish as I either grow out of, hopefully, because it's getting too big and not too small, and things of that nature. But I have not mastered creating a spending plan for clothes shopping. The 10th one is invest the money to reach your goals. I have been slowly teaching myself the art of investing. I'm kind of torn between cryptocurrency and just regular stocks and bonds. So I have been actually taking some online courses. So I have been learning a couple of tips. I started investing in cryptocurrency last month. My return isn't great. I think I invested $150. Right now, if I was to sell, it'll sell for a little bit over $2,500. So that's kind of good, I guess. But taking that risk was very tumultuous for me, because I was like, yeah, what if I just lose all my money? So that's why I started slow. So if you wanted to get into investing, there's a lot of great websites, online tutorials, companies like E-Trade that'll help walk you through that process. I also have stocks and bonds that I own through my job. So that was a good experience as well as to learning a little bit. E-Trade does do webinars like every so often. I want to say maybe bi-monthly, to help you learn a little bit more about stocks and bonds and trading, and things of that nature. So that's a great tool as well. I will also say don't put in more than you're willing to lose. So that was my thing, why I started with such a low figure, because I did not want to put in thousands of dollars and then lose thousands of dollars, because it would probably literally make me sick to my stomach. So that was the reason behind that. But if you have the money, by all means, definitely 500, 1,000, with more risk can come greater reward. So it all depends on how you feel about jumping off that cliff. So those are my 10 steps, or my 10 tips to better financial living. I know that you have to first have a healthy relationship with your finances. Understand where you are in the spectrum of income. Do not live above your means. That's the biggest problem with a lot of people, is we are trying to keep up with the Joneses per se. And you don't have to do that. I'm almost 100% certain a polo shirt from Old Navy looks just as nice as a polo shirt from Ralph Lauren. If you wash it and dress it up, it's the same thing. I promise you that. People are not literally checking to see, who you're wearing. If you're a presentable person, if you're nice, if you come out of the house and you look great from head to toe, they won't know if it is Fashion Nova or Rainbow or Ralph Lauren or any of those other names. You just wear your clothes. Your clothes shouldn't wear you. The label should not dictate how much or who you are. Also, we have to learn to not make money our status. Your income and how much you make should not determine who you are, how good of a person you are, what you do. I've seen people go on the most beautiful excursions, and they don't have a lot of money. They just learn how to save. You learn how to look for deals. You can live a great life with menial income. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to put yourself in debt. Trying to keep up with the facade that most people can't. Some people are blessed to have limitless income. Some of us are not. So therefore, we have to live according to our means. I guarantee you, it's always something for somebody. Just find your niche and you stick to it. So I am going to play another song or two, and then we're going to get back so that I can tell you guys goodbye and also let you know what's coming up for you next week.
Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. And my bitches with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all bloody good, so don't be talking sideways. These bitches salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, they never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm cooking up. I see you hoes at the stove again. Why you hoes was sleeping on me? I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. They be taking shots, miss. No, kiss, everything your nigga want, I'm like a walking wish list. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you gon' say I'm in dick with my name in your mouth? I do the bed back on Monday, for rock Friday. This is sweet, pussy Saturday, that's just what I say. I said, bet, it's a snack, he said it's an entree. With the pretty ass twins, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got ass behind me, and I pack my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, 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 money back. And my bitches with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all bloody good, so don't be talking sideways.
Alright, so I am back. Next week is going to be an awesome show, you guys, because not only will I be on here, just probably tired of listening to me every other Sunday, but I will be sharing my podcast with my family. Hopefully, all of my siblings and my parents can come. And we're going to be discussing blended families. I'm sorry for all the but because this topic is a very loaded topic, we will have a candid discussion, and once you start listening to us, you'll realize that that's the only way that we can be. But we will be having a candid discussion about blended families, how to make it work, how it doesn't work, how we come together, how we disagree, and just giving you guys a